struggling to put games together? Did that look like a team that's poised to make another run to you?
They played well tonight. They skated. There was pressure everywhere on the puck. They won battles, and their execution was better, whether it was with the puck or executing their systems, and they made it hard all over the ice. We had very little opportunity to make plays because they took away our time and space.
We've talked about this a few times in the last few weeks. You've scored. They came right back and scored twice tonight. It's happened a few times now. Is there a theme between these? Is there something you can do better? Is it a response that needs to improve, or what's the theme if there is one?
It's going out and understanding that it's a big shift and just simplifying. And sometimes we make it harder on ourselves, and I always call it self-inflicted wounds, and whether we turn it over or poor decision, whatever it is, ends up coming back and biting us.
Todd, you've got a team with grit and fortitude, but they have yet to win this year when trailing after two periods. You're 0-20-0 in that category. Is that just one of those numbers that doesn't really mean anything, or is there something maybe that you can improve on in that respect?
Oh, you'd like to obviously come out and find a way to win a hockey game in the third period. 0-20 is not good. You look around the league, it's teams find ways to win a handful of games, but it's difficult in this league. The way the opponents play when they have a lead, and it's no different for us when we have a lead going into the third period. That's why you see the discrepancy in the third period. It's not easy, but we have to be better. We have to find ways to, down by one, tie it up. We didn't start the third period well. Give up scoring chances. Eventually they score. Now you're down by 2, and we end up scoring a goal, 6-on-5. So it's sticking with the game plan, understanding what we need to do, and going out and executing.
Hartnell playing in his 1000th game tonight. What are your thoughts about that, and what does he bring to your team?
It's a great accomplishment. I've said it earlier today. Playing 1,000 games in the NHL, and it says a lot about the player. Because at this league, at this level, to play that many games, you got to have that competitive edge, and you got to bring something to the organization and to the teams that he's been a part of. And then there's longevity and staying healthy, all of those other things that factor in. There's thousands of guys that play in this league or have played in this league, and there's a handful, more than a handful, but there's a select number of guys that can reach this milestone. So it says a lot about him as a player and him as an individual.
Going back to Aaron's question about giving up a goal shortly after you guys have scored, Ryan said you guys have been terrible in that area lately. Is it maybe something then that has gotten into their heads a little bit?
That's a question for the players. I don't think so. And if it is, it's some adversity that we got to deal with and understand and recognize what's going on. Players talk about it on the bench. Big shift coming up, and that whether it's you score, the opponent score, start of the period, end of a period, those are important shifts. And recognizing it and simplifying and going out and doing your job.
The Carter line with King and Toffoli, could you just speak to how difficult that team is to sort of slow down once they get going, and how much speed they seem to have early?
Well, they're big and they skate, and their first goal, they had a lot of speed coming through the neutral zone, put our defensemen in a tough spot. But when they get rolling, and for me too, it's the battle and compete. And when they don't have the puck, it's how hard they work to get it back. How hard the commitment is to check, force you into positions where you're either lobbing pucks out in the neutral zone or you're turning pucks over. Again, there's very few opportunities to make clean plays.
The pressure that the forecheck for the Kings is able to bring for Cody and Jordan, they haven't played a whole lot the last few weeks. Tonight, did you think that they handled that pressure well, or did they have a little bit of trouble with it?
Well, it wasn't just those two. It was our group. Whether it was our defense getting back quick or our forwards getting back in support of our defense. But they did a very good job of pressuring, and at times we struggled. Well, a lot of times we struggled with it.
Todd, with as many shots as Curtis had to face tonight, what were your thoughts on his play overall?
I thought he was very good. He gave us a chance. You know, you give up 4 goals, so it's disappointing. But you know, 2 of them were, from what I remember, 2 of them were tap-ins. The guy's coming down back door, and you know, the third one was a rebound, and the guy, you know, puts it in the right spot. So I thought he was very good. He gave us a chance. You know, 4-2, we pulled a goal. He scored a goal, 4-3, and then we spent the next, I don't know, 30, 40 seconds in their zone. He gave us a chance to tie it up.